Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm on the ACAP channel to discuss important and secretive matters to keep in mind before playing or replaying Chapter 3 of Book 2 of The Mimic. Everything points to Jigoku as the setting for the next chapter, as indicated at the end of Chapter 2. For the uninformed, in the Mimic lore, Jigoku is a realm similar to Hell. The current ruler is the evil god, and the initial way to enter this place is in Chapter 1 of Book 1, inside the school, to the left of the entrance in nightmare mode with a 40% chance of an entity called Akamanto being there. We can interact with Akamanto and receive a question, red or blue. Akamanto is a tall masked entity draped in a red cloak, which translates to its name. Akamanto is based on a yokai of the same name, a murderer with connections to bathrooms, especially in schools much like in the Mimic. In the real legend, he asks victims to choose between a red or blue paper, killing them regardless of their choice. However, an interesting twist is that choosing the toilet paper, which is neither red nor blue, allows one to escape the entity. His face is concealed by a mask due to being pursued by admirers for his tremendous attractiveness. In his jump scare, his eyes open. Returning to Jigoku, if you are lucky enough to encounter Akamanto and know not to choose between blue or red, choose green as shown on the screen. This will take you to Jigoku. Overall, you must search for 35 red souls around the stone palace without being caught by the Shinigami. The fallen angel, also known as Shinigami, resides in Jigoku, was the ruler there and now actively hunts the player. He is inspired by some urban legends. In Japanese folklore, Shinigami are supernatural gods, akin to the Grim Reaper, who invite humans to death. Most buildings and structures in Jigoku appear to be destroyed or in ruins. The player must hide in small white flames to escape. The orbs contain the souls of 35 people shaded in red. The player must collect 13 orbs to complete Heihachi's request. If the player chooses to stay after collecting all the souls, a text saying Heihachi's quest will appear on the screen, and Shiniachi will appear, the entity under Heihachi's control, but this is non-canonical, only from the old Halloween event. Her lantern is her head and her face is covered by her hands, giving the impression of crying. This indicates her crying animation when interacting with her in Jigoku. Just from some images of Chapter 3, we can easily associate the place with Jigoku. But beyond Hell, in Chapter 3, we will also go through other places that have nothing to do with Jigoku. This suggests that Isamu has returned to life or is hallucinating moments from the past. We cannot confirm that this monster is Izamu's father, but a possible inspiration for his transformation would be Midora, or we can guess that some kind of min is coming out of his mouth. Continuing with this image of this new monster, called Dodameki as seen in the CT Studios creation files. Dodameki is the name of a Japanese yokai portrayed as a cursed human woman with long arms covered in hundreds of bird eyes, due to her habit of stealing money, suggesting the belief that those with long arms steal a lot. In the case of this monster, it's not just the arms. Dodameki wears rings on the neck, something common in an indigenous tribe called Padang or Kayanlawi. In the tribe, as a sign of beauty, women have worn copper rings on their necks from a young age. The higher the neck, the more beautiful they are considered. This might not be the case with this monster. Another interesting detail is the kanji on its head, which means ambition. With this, I propose a brief theory. Firstly, that Dodameki was a woman since only women wore the rings. As Dodameki has a huge neck and her rings but lacks beauty, her ambition was in the quantity of rings, which on one hand symbolized beauty but, on the other, added inches of displacement from the head over the body, a problem even in the Kayanlawi tribe. And as we are talking about the Beast of Envy's book, probably this Dodameki had competition for a larger neck, and that was the cause of her curse, which somehow turned her into the monster she is now. Lastly, in the video, among the models posted by the creator Mukdik, one of them is the yokai that appears in this dark image, called Yurei in past life, implying that its name is Yurei, generally known as the spirits of people who had a brutal or cruel death and become yukais to haunt their murderers or relatives. Looking at the model, we know it was specifically inspired by the Yurei from the board game Rising Sun. Along with the upload of this model, there was also the upload of this painting of a Japanese woman seen in Chapter 1 of Book 1 and also in the Witch Trials. She is the most likely representation of Yurei in past lives, i.e., before dying and becoming a yokai, as she appears to be the same person but normal. And you probably don't remember, but we had theorized that this painting is a representation of the living form of a Japanese woman found dead brutally in Chapter 1 of Book 1. Any opposing views, leave them in the comments, and as you know, this channel will bring you the best theories of Chapter 3. Subscribe now. That's it, and goodbye.